이 위대한 구원. 크로스포인트 주니어 처치에서 전해드리는 이 시간, 담당의 Darin Pantley 형제입니다.
Hello, this is Darin Pantley from Crosspoint Bible Church. In the Bible, in Matthew chapter 16, we see a record of Jesus talking to Peter. Jesus said, "On this rock I will build my church." Peter's name actually means rock in Greek, so he was saying that Peter would be the start of the Christian church. When you think about churches today, do you think about a man named Peter? Or do you think about various buildings around town, maybe with a tall, pointy steeple on top? What does church look like? We all know that if we go into a church building, we will find people there who call themselves Christians. The people, the Christians, the believers, make up the church body. They are the church. If you are a Christian too, you can say we are the church. 1 Corinthians chapters 12 and 13 go into more detail about the church body. It says, "If the whole body were an eye, where would the sense of hearing be? If the whole body were an ear, where would the sense of smell be? But in fact, God has placed the parts in the body, every one of them, just as He wanted them to be." So we clearly all have different roles to play in the church body. We each have different personalities, different skills, different levels of maturity in our faith. Toward the end of chapter 12, after talking about different kinds of people, people who work miracles, people who have gifts of healing, people who speak in tongues, the author writes, "Now eagerly desire the greater gifts." What could be greater than a miracle? 1 Corinthians 13, "If I speak in the tongues of men or of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give over my body to hardship that I may boast, but I do not have love, I gain nothing." Skipping ahead to the end of the chapter, "And now these three remain: faith, hope, love, but the greatest of these is love." So the church body is made up of people who believe in the death and resurrection of Jesus. And we can see they are believers because they have come together for the purpose of loving people, just as God commanded. These chapters in our Bibles were written to educate churches that were struggling. They had churches that weren't full of love. They needed a friendly reminder of what a Christ-centered church looks like. Reading about the formation of the church and how it's supposed to operate makes me think about the various churches I've been a part of. We see people come and go, especially after the recent COVID pandemic. Attendance is still down in churches across the country. But the verses we read weren't focused on attendance numbers. We read that we must love. I believe that starts inside of the church, with the people we see regularly. Getting to know people so we can figure out who's an ear and who's a leg. It wouldn't be very loving to tell an ear to run a marathon, but the leg might be up for it. Then, as a unified body, we can extend love to others in our world who desperately need it.
지금까지 크로스포인트 주니어 처치에서 전해드렸습니다. 언어와 문화의 장벽을 없애고 실시간 동시 통역이 제공되는 크로스포인트 주니어 처치의 주일 예배 시간은 오전 11시이며 교회에 대한 안내는 847-212-6775로 문의해 주시길 바랍니다.